Say it.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, welcome to the first take of this episode.
This is definitely the first take of GamePunx bonus round.
Don't even worry about it.
My name is Ryan.
And I'm Ben.
And today we, as you can see by the title, are going to be talking about Pokemon nostalgia and memories about Pokemon, because it is and I will not fuck it up in this first take, the 25th anniversary of Pokemon this year. I got it right.
Yeah.
And I definitely didn't get it wrong in a previous take that didn't exist. But yeah, it is the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, and I figured it was the perfect opportunity for us to just kind of wax nostalgic about the series, because it's been around for as long as we've both been alive, pretty much, which is a kind of fucked up thought that it's so omnipresent, but that really is the kind of series it is, where, you know, it has lasted as long as I have been basically breathing, which is fucking crazy.
I don't get
4
how
months of my life it did not exist.
I don't get how Pokemon is more popular than me. It doesn't make sense. Like,
Pokemon
I've been
more
here
popular
as
than
long.
GamePunx? Fucked up.
I think I've contributed more to the world than Pokemon ever has.
You fix more bikes than Pokemon.
That's debatable.
I guess that's true. Pokemon does have bikes.
I don't know.
But
cracking this can of worms open.
Who knows? But yeah, I guess the good place to start would be what our first Pokemon games were. So you start, Ben. What was your first Pokemon game?
Mine was Blue.
How old do you figure you were when you played it?
It was after Mortal Kombat 2, so I must have been at least 6.
Okay.
Because I played
MK2
MK2 when I was like 4. And then my mom got me a Game Boy. I was going to say GameCube. A Game Boy, and the first game I got was Blue. I was too young to really get it, I think, when I actually first got it.
Yeah,
so I was just
probably didn't even know how to save the game.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck has happened? I'm stupid. And then I think the one I remember the most would be Yellow.
Okay, yeah.
Because I remember Pikachu following me around, and I remember being like, this is the best game ever. And just looking back at Pikachu, and Pikachu being like, Pika-Pee! And you're like, yeah.
Just being like, hell,
I love you too, buddy.
Fuck yeah, little guy, let's do it.
Hey, let's go. We're going to save the world.
Yeah, that's, I think...
And then you get to fucking Brock's gym, and you're like, oh god.
Oh, sorry. Should have gotten that Mankey outside of Viridian City, you fucking dumbass. Stupid ass kid, doesn't know shit about type
Doesn't know
trumping.
shit about nothing.
Don't know shit about EVs.
Wow. Is this your first Pokemon game, you fucking pussy?
Fucking baby, what are you, 6?
What are you gonna do? Cry and shit and piss and cum in your pants?
Yeah. I think the first Pokemon game I ever played was Gold, but I didn't own it. So the first game that I guess I actually played extensively was Sapphire, which came out around the time I got my Game Boy SP, so like 2003.
Yeah, I remember spending a lot of time.
I must have been about
Sapphire
7 or so years old when
Ruby,
I played that.
Actually,
you got Ruby, eh?
Wait, no, I did get Sapphire. Sapphire's the blue one.
Yeah, Sapphire's the blue one. I got Sapphire because I didn't have a choice. It was given to me as a gift, but I wanted a Pokemon game, and I received one, and I was very, very happy. It was like a Christmas gift that year for me. It was like the first year I had my Game Boy SP. So I got it. I'd gotten it for, I think it was my birthday. I had received my Game Boy SP for my birthday,
as you do,
and then my birthday is in November, so December came right around the corner, and a couple of months after, I got my first Pokemon game. So it must have been right around the time the game had come out. I must have seen commercials and asked for it based on that. But yeah, I was a huge fan of that game because it was just like totally captured my imagination, you know, being a little 7-year-old. It pretty much being the first RPG I ever played, and also the first like, I don't know, the first game I ever really got invested in. Because it was the first game that the first long form game that I could like sit down and just play for hours and hours, and I sunk so much time into Pokemon. I remember like the summer of 2004 being at my grandparents' house in Saint Anisette, which is like kind of outside of Montreal, but really in the boonies too. Just kind of being there and it being like really, really hot, sitting in the sun with my Game Boy SP. Thankfully, because it was backlit, I could also play it at night. That was nice. But being able to just kind of sit down and like get through that game and go through it, just taking my time, finally learning how to save the game. So I could actually do that.
Yeah.
But then, like, I remember my parents calling me that week and going, like, what are you doing? How's your week? And me just being like, dude, I got to Moss Deep City. And my dad not knowing what the fuck I was talking about. So he's like, I saw the rocket ships at Moss Deep City. And he's like, yeah, okay, like,
What?
sure. Whatever you say. Like,
of course, Brian, don't worry.
I was so obsessed with that game. And yeah, now I've played pretty much every Pokemon game that's come out since then, and all the games that have come out prior. I got Leaf Green a little while after, and got to play the Kanto games. That was pretty good. Mm-hmm. Leaf Green, of course, being the superior version.
Yes, obviously,
because it has fucking Venusaur on the cover, bitch. But
right there. I remember when Leaf Green
Venusaur Squirtle supremacy.
I remember when Leaf Green and like Fire Red came out, and I was like, I want the games. And I never got those ones. I don't know what.
You never did?
No, my friends did.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was very jealous.
That's fucking bullshit.
But yeah.
Fuck you, Mom.
Not
getting
Mom.
me videos game that I asked for.
Why you give me the wrong game? She got me Sapphire instead.
Fucking bitch got
Which
me
came
another
out,
video game.
Like a bit after, I think. Like
no, Leaf Green
months?
came out right after Sapphire. It was,
no, it's
Leaf
true.
Green Leaf Green came out, and then I think Emerald came out after Leaf Green. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on that. No, Emerald came out after Sapphire and Ruby, and then after Emerald, Fire Red and Leaf Green. Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yes.
Because I remember playing through Sapphire and being like, love this game.
Yeah. It was a really, really great game to just kind of sit down and play.
But I think it was also a compromise because I was like, oh, it's Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's a remake of the first one that I played the shit out of. So, I mean, meh.
Oh, well.
I was kind of like, I don't see why I would play the game again.
The difference, but I know that there's some added stuff in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Like, there's stuff that ties into, like going to, like, this other little set of islands and stuff. And, like, there's a post-game. Pretty good post-game in Fire Red and Leaf Green from what I remember.
Fair enough.
But not as good as the post game in Emerald because you have the Battle Frontier.
I think it was like 9 or something. So I was like, I don't get it. What like did they add anything?
They super did. Yeah, there's like a whole portion of the game that's like exclusive to Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's like an island chain. I think it's the 7 or Sevi Islands or something like that.
Yeah, well, it's like Soul Silver
I don't really
Stinky
remember.
Heart Gold or whatever. Right. Like, they added some shit in that, too.
Oh, and Heart Gold and Soul Silver are just full remakes of...
Oh, really? What the fuck?
They're full remakes of Crystal, basically. They're remakes of Crystal, but with the beginning portions...
Of Silver and Gold.
Of Gold and Silver, so basically just determining which of the 3 legendaries you get first.
Yeah, fair enough.
And
I think Silver
and
was...
then the only thing they added in it was a Safari Zone and a Battle Frontier, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah,
it was because they had to cut the Safari Zone out of the Game Boy version of the game, so they added it in, but they rewrote it so that they moved the Safari Zone from Kanto to a bigger place in Johto that's like right after Cyan Wood City, which is that city that you go through the whirlpools to get to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
On the other side of the island there. So they basically put more shit on that island, so going there isn't just to beat a gym and leave.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I just from that point onwards, Pokemon was just an ever-present part of my life. I remember when Diamond and Pearl came out, I think I was in 6th grade, if I'm not mistaken. It would have been 2007. I think I was. Yeah, I was.
I wasn't even
grade.
playing Pokemon anymore because Diamond and Pearl, like, I forget those exist. Like the next one in my memory category for Pokemon, it goes like Silver, Gold, and then it just jumps immediately to White, Black.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I guess there was a point in your life where you you were just kind of like, I'm over this.
Well, I mean, I guess that's a lie actually, because Sapphire. So it jumps from like Sapphire to
Sapphire to Black and White. So you basically skipped all of Gen 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gen 4 was Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and then prior to that, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum.
Yeah.
I never got to play Platinum until recently. I have to say, like, Diamond and Pearl I spent a lot of time playing, but when I look back on them, they're pretty flawed games. It's like a common complaint that they're very slow, because they're like the first Pokemon games on the DS, and Game Freak was kind of figuring out the tech behind it, and there's a lot of cool stuff that the game does to use like the weird features of the DS. Like it has this really cool thing called the Underground, which is like a Wi-Fi connection thing where you and your friends like battle and like trap each other and shit and just kind of goof off in like this big underground maze.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like another thing where it was like a battle tower with linked multiplayer and stuff like that, wireless multiplayer, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the games kind of move at a snail's pace. Like, playing them even recently, I feel like they're just really like, it's just molasses. Like, playing through that game, the walking pace or the running pace feels like the walking pace of another Pokemon game. Like, it just is very slow.
That's not good.
It's really slow. It's not necessarily a problem that can't be remedied, but it's still kind of disappointing, you know? But they did fix it in Platinum, and Platinum plays at a much better pace. Platinum's also just an exponentially better game than Diamond and Pearl, in the same way that Emerald is a way better game than Ruby and Sapphire, because like the amount of content post-game and otherwise is just expanded outwards so much.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole ass battle frontier added to Platinum, but there's also like a really crazy part right before you do the Pokemon League where instead of just capturing Dialga or Palkia at Spear Pillar, which is like the place on top of the mountain in the middle of Sinnoh where you catch them, you get pulled into another dimension called the Distortion World, where you're walking up fucking like walls that are kind of platforms and like moving in all these different, like an MC Escher painting almost, like going up and down all these fucking staircases and waterfalls and shit that are like floating in like space. And then you go and you fight Giratina, who's like the dark version of Dialga and Palkia. He's like their evil counterpart. He's like Pokemon Satan, and that was pretty cool. That's like something that I wish I had gotten to experience as a kid, because my partner had Platinum and like was like too scared to go into the portal. He was so young when he was playing it, right? He was like, that shit freaked me out and I didn't want to do it, so I just never played the game again. And I'm like, damn, I wish I had gotten to kind of see that, because I loved spooky horror shit and it would have been totally up my alley. But yeah, that was pretty fun. Did you ever play any of the spin-off games when you were younger?
My brother got the Dungeon Mystery Soul.
Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah, Mystery Dungeon one. The like first one that came out. I played a bit of that and was like underwhelmed.
Yeah, it's I mean, if you're not a fan of roguelike dungeon crawlers, you probably wouldn't be hugely into it.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it as an idea. I just thought the execution in Pokemon, for what I was expecting from a Pokemon game, was like meh.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it was a completely different developing team, so you weren't getting a game that
I'm
was
not saying
quite
it
to
was
the caliber.
bad, right? Like, I had fun with it.
Oh,
I just kind of was like, I don't care about the story. Why would I continue playing this? Kind of how I felt about
I think
the
the appeal of it really for me was you get to play as a Pokemon, and based on the personality test, you're assigned one that suits you. You know?
Yeah.
So when I played, I think I was a Torchic in the one that I had on DS. I didn't ever play the Game Boy one.
Yeah.
But the DS one I had, and then I had I also I recently got the first DS one, Blue Rescue Team, from my partner because he had 2 copies. So I played that again, and I think I got a Torchic as well still, which I guess I'm a Torchic, maybe. I don't know. I kind of wanted to be like what do you call it? I wanted to be Squirtle,
Pikachu.
but they didn't have Squirtle. I wanted to be Squirtle, but they didn't have him.
Why wouldn't they
had other
make me
plans.
Pikachu?
But
Yeah, the Pokemon God said no.
Did you ever play Stadium?
Yeah, Stadium was pretty good. I don't remember like playing much of the actual Stadium game, and mostly remember playing the mini games with friends because
Yeah,
those are
the
way
mini games
funner
were
than the
cool.
actual game.
Well, because the actual game is basically the entire appeal is seeing the Pokemon in 3D.
Yeah, and that gets old pretty quickly.
Yeah, yeah. It's something that like especially now would not hold my interest because it's to be expected of the series for them to look like that.
Yeah,
I
like
don't.
that's the thing.
I
Like
did
Pokemon
play a
games now
shit ton
just
of Coliseum though.
are Stadium. I heard good things about Coliseum. I think namely from you, but
Probably for me. I think I've talked it up a lot on the
yeah,
show.
I've never like actually touched it or seen it.
The thing about Coliseum is basically it's Stadium for the GameCube, and it has all the same functionality with like linking your Game Boy games to the game, so that you can see your Pokemon fight in 3D. But on the other end of it, instead of having mini games, it just has like a full story mode.
Yeah, which would
And
have been
you
nice.
play through I'd say truncated, but for the most part, pretty fun single player. And then there's like the Stadium mode where you take rental Pokemon, and it's like you do the battle tower basically, but with these, usually Gen 3 and Gen 2 Pokemon. The game is probably the reason actually that I like Gen 2 and Gen 3 Pokemon a lot. And if you look at like, say, my collection of fucking stupid Pokemon plushes that I own so many of, most of them are Johto or Hoenn Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's directly because I have so much affection for them because of Coliseum. But Coliseum is fun for the story mode. It also has a baller soundtrack. I mean, most of the Pokemon games, I'd say pretty much all of them, in fact, have really good soundtracks. But there's something about, because it was the first like Pokemon game that played like an RPG on a home console, the soundtrack they went for is like really unique, and the aesthetic for the whole game they went for is kind of like Mad Max meets Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Where the main character drives this fucking crazy like Mad Max-ass motorcycle through the desert, and the desert is, this region you're in is kind of based on Arizona. There's like a bar that's like in a hollowed out like steam train engine. Like it looks like,
That's fucking cool.
it looks like a weird Mad Max Pokemon thing.
Yeah.
It has like a really kind of a stupid basic story, but the whole premise of the story mode is you're stealing evil Pokemon from other trainers that were distributed these evil Pokemon, and then purifying them in like this little temple with Celebi. But it's a pretty fun game. It's it's a pretty, when you look back at it now, for a story mode in like a Pokemon game, it is nothing. Like it's fluffy bullshit.
Yeah.
But at the time, I really can't undercut just how cool it was. And yeah, like I said, the soundtrack rules. It's so fucking good. Like if you guys look up Tsukasa Tawada's OST for Pokemon Coliseum, listen to like some of the battle themes, the slap bass, the guitar. There's this character called Mirror B who kind of looks like a 70s disco dancer. He's got like a multicolored, like Pokeball colored afro.
Yeah, well, yes,
And
this is yeah.
His music, like the theme song that plays when he's on screen, is this slappy like disco samba Latin track. It's really good. Like it sounds so fucking cool. It's got this great like horn breakdown in it, and it's got like the
Yeah, I think we actually talked
like the
about
Latin
this in
rhythms.
our fucking spin-off game episode, because
I think
this
I
is
think
the
we
only
did,
thing I
yeah.
remember from this game, because I had to look up the song because you were like, it's the best, and I was like, okay, hold on.
Was it not awesome?
It's really good.
It's really good. But yeah, I remember playing a lot of Coliseum, so that I think engendered in me a lot of affection for like particularly the Pokemon that were brand new or just recently new when I was a kid. But yeah, I played all the other games after that. Like you said you were kind of on the Black and White train, right? Like you played those once?
I started Black 1.
Mm-hmm.
I never finished it because I thought it dragged on too long, but I thought it was really cool what they were doing with like the amount of pixel art and how they made it look as 3D as they did. It's really fucking impressive. Music
both
is
it and the second one are pretty
fucking
fuck.
god tier.
Yeah,
Especially I really liked the like every town has like someone playing some instrument in it that you go talk to, and it adds a layer or like four
Yeah,
sometimes to the
yeah.
song, and you're like, this is really
This is they
fucking
didn't
cool.
have to do that, you
Yeah,
know?
they didn't have to do that, and I wish they would have continued doing it.
I kind of do too. I miss it a lot, especially in uh what do you call it? X and Y for the 3DS,
Oh
because you're
god,
in
yeah, because
France, and
yeah,
France has musicians everywhere, dude. Like those like French like jazz guitar
yeah, like
players
literally
and
balls dropped
accordion and
because it was
piano.
like after City 2, I would say in Black, you're like, oh, this is a thing.
Yeah, like
Like
every town has it.
this
There's
isn't just one town.
My favorite one is there's an area later in the game called the Village Bridge that you get to.
I don't think I ever
And
made it there actually.
yeah, there's 4 bridges in that region, Unova, and of the 4 bridges, one of them is like this old-timey like rustic bridge that's kind of like the Ponte Vecchio in Florence, where it's like a bridge that has towns and shit built up on the side.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a bridge that's so big that like, there's a town on it basically.
Hmm.
And as you go through the village bridge, all around that area there are like 4 different musicians, and depending on whether or not you're playing black or white, they play different kinds of music.
Yes.
But one of the, I think it's in white, it's a little more rustic, like it's a flute player, I think a guitar player, and then an enka singer, so he's doing like a ha ha ha
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ha hee hee ha hee ha, which is pretty cool. And then in black it's a little more modern, where the music is kind of like what do you call it, like kind of techno-y, and it's a guy with like a guitar, a dude who beatboxes, and like I think a dude with like an electric guitar instead of an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
But really really cool, just like that. When I first went to that area and I went and I heard like the full music, I'm like, this is really beautiful, guys.
What
Like, you really didn't have to go that hard.
What town is it?
Village Bridge. Yeah, Village Bridge. Look up Village Bridge music. It's really cool. And yeah, those, I think you said it too, like just the way those games look, really like it is the peak of 2D Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like if Pokemon had stayed in 2D, I don't think it would have ever looked better than that. I mean, you can say that all you want, I guess, but
Yeah.
like staying on a 2D handheld console with like the limitations that the DS had, even though it wasn't that limited a system, it could render 3D perfectly fine and well. But like the fact that this series like switched to 3D after that says something about technology advancing forward. But I don't think the games would have ever looked better than Black and White 2. Those games, if you have not played them, I recommend as a Pokemon fan you check them out. They're just for the visuals alone, for the music, it's a really complete experience. Like the way that all the towns in that have like a really specific aesthetic to them too.
Hmm.
Like there's a town that's I don't know if you remember it, that's like old train warehouses, and like an old train track is like no longer in use, and the warehouse and roundhouse where the trains used to be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
is now like broken up into like loft apartments and shit like that.
Yeah.
Really cool. Like that's the kind of environmental storytelling that you don't even really typically get from Pokemon, even though there are some pretty interesting towns and locales. I think those games took it like to a really higher level. There is a town too in I think it was in yeah, it's in Black and White 2. Because it's the last town you go to, but it's like the first time they ever really flirted with kind of doing Hawaiian-y Pokemon stuff, because there's a city called Humalau City,
Hmm.
and it's like it kind of looks like the village, the fisherman village in Pokemon Sun and Moon that you go to,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like a prototype for that. And then the whole area in general, with like its kind of Hawaiian tropical aesthetic, is like a prototype for what they would later do in Sun and Moon just a couple of games later.
Yeah.
But really, really, those games are gorgeous. I think those games, they're the ones that started the you can do the Elite Four in any order
Hmm.
thing, which is cool. Did you ever, you know what, this is a good question. Did you ever have any trouble with the Pokemon games? Like, did you ever find them hard as a kid?
A couple, but only because I was very stubborn about my team.
Yeah, I feel similarly too.
I think I would say the one that I remember raging the most at is Sapphire because I absolutely wanted the weather changing Pokemon on my team.
Cast form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cast Form. I loved Cast Form. I thought Cast Form was the cutest shit, and I refused to ever take him off. But in the later game, not super strong.
No, his stats are kind of like low.
Yeah,
like he
very
just
hard
you can't really
the
max him
Elite
out.
Four. Gets fucking bodied easily by the counter special attacks.
I think the gym leader that gave me the most difficulty ever, for the same reason I think, because I stubbornly didn't want to take him off my team, was I had my Sceptile, which he still exists. He's in my Black and White too, actually. Oh, actually no, he's all the way in Omega Sapphire or Alpha Sapphire now, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So I brought him full circle, and now
Nice.
I have my original Sceptile from Sapphire in Alpha Sapphire, which is dope. But I remember not wanting to take him off my team, but having to go against the flying type gym leader.
Yeah.
Just getting I somehow managed against the fire type gym leader, okay, but the immediate next gym is, or not the next gym, but the gym after the 5th gym is the flying type gym.
Yeah,
and
it's just
that
it's body
is
thing.
brutal. That Altaria that she has at the end that knows like Dragon Breath and like a bunch of really powerful flying type moves.
I mean, it's because the
just
Dragon Breath is
wasted my
fucking
ass.
wild. It melts like everything.
Yeah,
I remember getting there
it
and
has,
just
like,
having a
it's wasted
full
me.
team of fucking like just Dragon Breath killed them, and I was like, wow,
Damn,
what the fuck is
that,
happening?
That Altaria fucking I think the only way I beat that was by brute forcing it and just over leveling my Sceptile.
Yeah,
Because I stubbornly
think
refused to remove him from my team and replace
I think I just
replace
had a
him
bunch of
temporarily
revives.
with like another Pokemon.
Yeah, I just had a bunch of revives and was like,
We're doing this my
we're
way or the
going.
highway.
Yeah,
My
I'm
way or the
fucking-
fucking
we're going.
highway. Yeah.
Every time.
That was
And like I
funny.
think that's one of the coolest things about the Pokemon games where it's just like, all right, I'm gonna bash my head against this with this team. When it's like, well,
Yep.
you could just change like these 3 Pokemon,
No.
and it's
the,
like
the
no.
the game is built for people who like their Pokemon and want to be with their Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the
That's
thing
nice.
too is like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go get this Pokemon type that I already have, which is 7 levels too low, and train it up just to beat this one gym. I don't think so.
No. Yeah, I don't.
I'm not gonna
play
spend
that way.
hours. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend hours training a Pokemon I don't give a fuck about that I'm gonna
Alright.
throw away in Wonder Trade in like 5 minutes.
Oh, you know who was a bitch and a half Elite Four member for me to go against too? Was Steven at the end of Sapphire and Ruby.
Yeah,
When you go against Steven, because he's got a Steel type team,
yeah.
and I'm over here brute forcing my way through the Elite Four with a Sceptile. And I didn't have, as far as I remember, I did not have a Fire type on my team, and I had a Water type, but it was my Ludicolo.
Yeah.
So he kind of didn't have amazing stats for fighting against.
I
Steel
don't
types.
remember having a hard time with the Steel type thing because I had a Fire type. I think it was Slugma. I think I just had a God tier Slugma.
One of those, yeah.
And I think I also I had a couple of Steel types. I think I had 2. I had the bird. The Steel Bird.
Skarmory.
Skarmory, yes.
Yeah, I had a Skarmory as well, actually.
The one that starts off as like a steel ladybug and turns into this huge fucking like rhinoceros thing.
That's
Arsonith.
Anorith.
Yes.
Anorith, and it turns into the other one it's like big
Big
Yeah.
Anorith.
That thing is cool.
I love those Pokemons. Those were like I need them. So I had
I
a
think
really
the
rough
fossil
time.
Pokemon are really cool.
I had a really rough time at the lava, at the volcano part.
Oh yeah, you're probably getting your ass roasted.
Whoa,
I remember having a hard time there too, but I was also going against Team Aqua, so it wasn't that hard for me to overpower them.
I was also going.
But when
against
you would
Team Aqua,
encounter like a wild, like a Numel, and it knew like a fire type move, I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, the weird like volcanic one where it shoots out the rocks, and it
Yeah.
hits you like multiple times, and you're just like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
god, I'm fucking
I
out of
think it was
here.
rock throw, I think.
Yeah, but it
Yeah, yeah,
counted as
yeah.
like
The
a fire
Numal would
type or
just
some
use rock
shit,
throw
and you're
on
like,
me.
wow.
And I remember what my team in Sapphire had a Hariyama, and that was pretty good for the steel type fight because he had a lot of really strong fighting type moves.
What else did I have? That's the thing.
Oh, I had a Manectric, the Manectric, the
Oh
blue
yeah,
and yellow electric hyena.
yeah, the
Yeah,
hyena.
I had one of those.
Yeah, I had one of those too. Because of course,
That thing looks fucking
it's
awesome.
just fucking dope.
It's so cool.
It's
such
like
a
when
good
I started
design.
playing Black and White, and you get the like electric zebra, and I was like, "What's his evolution?" Well, he's on my team for the rest of the game. I don't care.
Literally
So,
the
like,
coolest looking thing
just
ever.
so
Just
dope.
fucking dope. That was what I said too when I saw Scraggy for the first time, who is my favorite Pokemon. I said I immediately want you on my team, and then I saw Scrafty, its evolution, and I'm like, I really want you
Yeah,
on my
we're
team.
going double.
Dark
in.
and fighting type with like headbutt and fucking that high jump kick.
Yeah.
Like fucking crazy ass, really, really, really good stats for a fighting dark type. Like awesome fucking stats. I still to this day, on every Pokemon game I've played since Black and White, I always have a Scrafty in my end game team. No matter, I always have my starter Pokemon and my Scrafty. So even in Sword and Shield right now, my team is Inteleon, Berserker, Scrafty, Bolthund, and then I have like two that I swap out. But like I always have like, oh yeah, no, and my Corviknight, who is awesome, by the way. Corviknight is a great Pokemon. I have I always try to have a balanced team nowadays, but when I was a kid I didn't give a shit about balance. I had a Darmanitan that I really loved in Black and White. That's the fire ape. The one with like the
oh god, I hated.
He's fire fighting type. He is
that's
he
not
is
what
so
I thought
OP.
it was. I thought it was the. I thought that was the. Because you know how.
No,
yeah, the three
you think
monkeys,
I'm talking about Monferno or Infernape?
No,
you're thinking about Simisear.
Yeah, I fucking hated.
No,
those
no.
monkeys.
I'm talking about the one that's like he's kind of like a little raindrop shaped body with big arms. And he's like, I had him.
The
he
most
knew, like,
unga of bungas.
He was my fucking guy. I liked Darmanitan.
I remember feeling super insulted when they tried to introduce those like 3 typed apes. I was like, what is
I
this?
hate them.
Is this fucking replacing evolutions? I hate this. Get out of my face.
I mean, thankfully, then the next gen they had Sylveon, the Transist evolution.
Yes, they
was
learned
totally
their
okay
lesson.
with my
They're
little
like,
flesh
we have
boat
to
child.
make it up to the gays now because we clearly
the fact that
fucked
it
up.
has ribbons made of its own skin. I'm like, you are metal as fuck.
Yeah,
Baby,
some Pokemon lore is just too much.
I love reading you know what? That's another thing I remember reading through every Pokedex entry in like specifically Leaf Green and Fire Red because they had a really nice UI for the Pokedex.
Yeah.
That had like a little illustration of the habitat it lived in, and like a lot of actually Fire Red and Leaf Green have a lot of cool little additions in it that they only ever brought back for the remakes. But where you'd go into a dungeon. And it would show like a little detailed illustration of the dungeon before you go in. That was always pretty cool.
Yeah,
they did that in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and I believe in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire as well. I wonder if they'll do it in Shining Diamond and Brilliant Pearl. Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond. I don't remember which one is which.
Stinky
but
Diamond.
the Diamond Pro remix. I wonder if they'll do that too because it's a cool little thing that I think is neat. But yeah. What was I was gonna say? The something about what was I saying? my brain just farted out real bad.
Pokemon.
Caught up in my own bullshit. Pokemon
Busted.
Mon of the Poke. Oh, reading through the fucking Pokedex entries. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Those were some of them are fucking wild. Something that I always found really funny was like, Hypno. That really fucked up Pokemon from Gen 1, the one that like
just
hypnotizes
kills
people.
children.
There was like straight up a storyline in Fire Red and Leaf Green where you go to one of those islands and you do a story where you save a girl from a hypno. And I always remember like just once again just like putting the fear of hypno into me. And now whenever I see hypno, I'm like, I don't trust like that.
Yeah,
I don't like you.
To give you an idea of how fucking stubborn I was, I think my Gen 1 team, when I was old enough to understand what I was doing, was a Hypno, my Venusaur, obviously, a Gengar, an Alakazam, and fucking... Was it Flareon or Jolteon? I think it was a Jolteon.
Jolteon, the electric type.
Yeah, I think it was a Jolteon.
Basically, your mentality for building your team was, I want the Pokemon I think look awesome.
Yeah, I want the cool Pokemon, and I want my team to look cool and
you were
smell
like
cool.
You were like cool trainer Ben, like fucking cool trainer Ben wants to battle with all my cool Pokemon.
Yeah, and it's like, this team is horribly. What are you doing? And it's like, I still beat the game, but oof.
There must have been a point in which my team was like entirely reptilian Pokemon. my stupid little fucking scaly brain just being like, lizard this,
I remember
snake that, turtle this, like being, this is my team.
I remember
Turtle,
getting
snakes,
to
lizards.
Silver. Like, I think Gen 2 has such strong like Pokemon designs.
Gen 2 is, I think, far and away
way better than Gen 1.
Far and away better than Gen 1. Duh.
100%.
Because it basically, Gen 2 is all the best parts of Gen 1 plus Gen 2 together in one complete package.
And it's like, you had Hoot Hoot and
Hoot
the tree one
owns
the tree Pokemon Sudowoodo.
Literally my two favorite
one.
grass type Pokemon ever, Blossom and Sunflora.
Yeah.
My babies, they're so cute. I love them. Gligar, our little friend who is a scorpion bat for some reason.
You introduced fucking Umbreon.
Oh yeah, Mareep and Ampharos and Fluffy, that line. Like the OP, I think one of the fact that they made a $400 plush of Mareep, I think says something about its popularity. I'm literally holding my little tiny Mareep plush in my hand too as I say that. But Mareep is cute. People like all the farm animal Pokemon are always good. Miltank, Mareep, Tauros, and Bouffalont, like the ones that are cows and shit like that. I love them. Cows and sheeps, you know, or horse. The Pokemon that are horse are they're better designed than real horses.
Yeah.
Horses in real life,
creepy one?
Weird, have like cylindrical bodies with like twig legs.
The creepy
horses
one in Gen
Pokemon
2
look awesome.
Was like a giraffe, but also had like a face on its tail.
Oh, Giraffarig.
Oh my
which
god,
is literally just giraffe spelt like as a palindrome.
Yeah. I love
that thing is really cool. It's fucking scary and weird. With like that little, I remember the episode that Giraffarig was in the anime, and like the head on its tail, bit fucking Ash, and he was like, "Fuck!"
And it's cool seeing that shit kind of still transfer over, because then you have Mimikyu, which is like probably my favorite Pokemon design of all time.
Yeah, and it's so good.
And even in fucking the X and Y, you had the fucking possessed tree stump, which is uninspired but really cool looking.
Yeah, and the evolution where it's like a full evil tree from like a fairy tale.
And you're just like, amazing.
And they also had in that one Pumpkaboo and Gorgeist, the little pumpkin Pokemon.
Yeah, Pumpkaboo was
so
dope.
cute. Ghost and grass type.
You would actually probably really like cute. Pumpkaboo.
Pumpkaboo is adorable. Pumpkaboo looks like what every like goth kid's favorite Pokemon would be.
Yeah.
Like, it is literally the Halloween Pokemon. It's so cute.
Yeah.
If Jack Skellington was a Pokemon trainer, he'd have a Pumpkaboo.
I had one on my team.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those guys are cool. There's a lot of good spookies in Pokemon, from like the Gengars to Dusclops in the Cyclops one in Gen 3.
Yeah.
He's cool. And Duskull with his little skull. Shuppet and Bayonet. The evil like fucking rag dolls basically.
Mm-hmm.
Those are cool, man. There's some cool spooky Pokemon. Or like the Pokemon that aren't spooky but have like spooky descriptions.
Yeah.
The one that stands out to me is like the description for Hatterene in Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh,
It's the one that's like it kind of looks like it's fairy and psychic. It's like pink.
hold on.
It's trans
I'm
colors
gonna
basically.
Google it. Hatterene?
Yeah, Hatterene. It looks like it basically the trans flag Pokemon, but it's like description says if it hears a child crying, it will shut it up.
Yeah.
Like it'll find the source of the crying and make it stop talking immediately. And I'm like, God damn.
Pastel Goth GF Pokemon.
Literally Pokemon trans goth. Like that's what it is. She's so cute. But yeah, there's like a lot of cool like spooky Pokemon or Pokemon with weird kind of aesthetic. Another good one in Gen 8 is Impidimp.
One?
Drifloon, who just picks up children and flies away with them. You'll never see your kid again.
Yeah, and you're like, wow, this is a world people live in and love? What? The fuck?
That one is very funny to me, actually. That one's, now that I'm thinking about that, I'm like, that's so immensely fucked up.
Yeah, it's really fucking wild.
And this is a world in which people send like their kids out on journeys when they're 10 years old.
Yeah, and then
shit comes, scoops her 10-year-old up and flies away.
Bye, Timmy. No one will notice.
That's so fucking funny. Holy shit. Oh man, there are some cool other spooky locations in Pokemon too.
Yeah,
there's like that whole route in X and Y that's basically like the Halloween route.
Oh yeah, which was with, like, I got there and I was like, oh wow, this is for me.
I really like in Sun and Moon. There's Po Town, which is like the gated community that was taken over by Team Skull, and is now just like kind of a cool little like fucked up hangout for them.
Yeah,
that place is super cool.
I never made it there, but I'm looking it up right now. It looks pretty dope. Oh, there's like spray paint everywhere.
Yeah. It looks like it's literally like a gated community that they took over and like ran everybody else out of town. It's
what's wrong with them? Why would they seem fine to me?
Team Skull, they're awesome. I love them.
They're good in my book.
I mean, literally, when you first see Guzma, he introduces himself as ya boy Guzma.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You can't hate Guzma. He's a fucking loser.
It's me, ya boy.
It's me, ya boy Guzma. I'm out here about to drop some hot.
Don't forget
slurs.
to click and subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe as I drop some hot slurs for the TL. But fucking yeah, like that. There's some cool shit. Pokemon is fun, man. I'm looking at I have a Pokemon Black and White poster I pulled out from an old issue of Nintendo Power, and I'm looking at Cophagrigus, the Pokemon that's a sarcophagus. That thing is awesome.
Cophagrigus? I gotta look that one
he
up.
looks like an Egyptian sarcophagus with like evil hands coming out of it. So cool. It's such a fucking baller design.
Oh yeah. That
thing's awesome. Isn't that not awesome?
I don't know.
It's fucking dope. He puts the pussy in the Scarmophagogs.
GamePunx is canceled.
But yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon is fucking fun as hell. I don't know about this. What can we end this on?
It looks like those slappy hands that you buy in the dollar machines at like
I think that's why it's super funny.
Yeah,
he's like the hands come out of the sarcophagus.
Just sloop.
Fuck
yeah.
It makes me think of like the Hitman joke from Adventure Time, where Ice King thinks the Hitman is just a guy who hired to hit somebody. Like
yeah, and he's trying to kill him.
I thought you were just
like,
gonna hit them.
and then the Hitman is like, well, you already paid me, so I'm going to kill them.
I'm going to kill them anyway.
And you're like,
oh my god.
Yeah, I love that
episode's awesome.
I need to find my Adventure Time DVDs and just rewatch that shit. God, I love Adventure Time so much.
Yeah.
I wish they had a good game.
Hey, Ice King, why'd you steal our garbage?
Oh, it's true. We did unanimously say that's the best one. It's the first one and the only one.
That's the one that is fun, and that's it. It's nothing special, but it's.
I wish there was DLC.
So do I. I just wish there was like that, but longer and on a console.
Yeah, and also like I said, I think in the episode we talked about it, it's like, why would you not make a same story version? You don't really have to change anything. Just make the models Fiona and Cake universe.
Yeah,
that game had
I don't know why you couldn't do that.
That game had came out like after that, and it was the easiest thing, and it adds at least another replay just to see like everything, right? Like, I don't know.
Oh, did Pokemon help you realize that you were fucking queer? Because it definitely did for me.
I wouldn't say Pokemon did.
I feel like some of the hot gym leader designs.
Maybe.
I was kind of like,
I think I'd already known a little bit, but at the same time,
okay.
I don't know. I don't know. It's weird.
I was pretty oblivious to my own sexuality until like I started actually thinking about it. But when I think back on it now, I'm like, did it say something about my gender identity that I very much wanted to pick the girl? When I saw the girl design, I was like, saw myself in that design. Was that a sign? Was that a sign? I think it was a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Or like, there was a gym leader in Gen 3. He's the second gym leader, Brawly. The one who's like the fighting type surfer. And I was just like, you are fucking sexy.
Gen 3 is...
Diamond? Sapphire and Ruby. He's the one who the gym is all fucking dark and you have to use flash to light it up.
No, I'm not remembering.
He's basically an attractive surfer guy.
Like, I think from that same game though, the Electric General or whatever.
Oh no, that's the first game, Lieutenant Surge.
The first one? No, but wasn't there? Who's the electric type one in Sapphire? Because I remember it being Sapphire.
Watson, an old man.
What is it?
Yeah, Watson. He's a fucking old man.
Maybe I'm confused then.
Maybe you just liked an old man.
Maybe. Is that the one where you get the bike from, or is that the first one? The first one is Surge, where you get the bike, right?
In the first game, yeah, Lieutenant Surge, you get the bike from. Here's Brawly. This guy here. Put him in the news dump. I just thought he was fucking hot, even though he's got no fucking drip.
Oh no, you are so horribly wrong.
Well, this is the recent redesign of him. I'll show you the original design. The original design was the one I felt was really cute.
He's got toe shoes.
Well, once again, he didn't have any drip when they brought him back in Ruby Sapphire, but initially, I kind of dug his aesthetic that he's got going on here. He's got a respectable clothing game in the first.
I'm gonna
the first part of him. I think the orange looks great on him. Orange and blue is also complementary colors, so it
seems like a red.
Orange, blue, and black.
It looks red.
It's orange. It's in the game. It's like an orange.
Oh, okay. I can imagine. I think Pierce is pretty good.
Oh, Pierce, hot man.
Yeah.
I want Pierce to fucking kill me. He is welcome to fucking step on me.
I'm gonna look up real quick. Electric.
Oh, did you know the gym? Did you ever see the gym leader and the gym in? This is very GamePunx related, I should say too. The gym in Black and White 2. That's a fucking like punk club.
It reminds me of something, but I'm not sure. I know what you're talking about.
I'll show you. It's literally a music venue. It's Burbank City.
Who's Elisa? She seems cool.
Oh, Elisa, she's sexy. She's the one who's a model. She's in Gen 5.
Is that Elisa? Yeah, I guess that's also Elisa. Okay, no, yeah, she's just she's cool.
Yeah, Lisa's awesome. This is the gym I'm talking about here, Burbank City. So you see how you go into the underground like it's like a little shitty, like it's literally like you're going to like fucking. I think that's when I stopped
playing.
Yeah, you go into like fucking. It's basically like going to Cabaret Underworld or something.
Wait, is that's the like third gym or something?
It's the second gym in Pokemon Black and White 2.
Oh, in 2. Okay, no, okay, because
yeah, so the
models for the houses beside it look familiar, so I'm like, what?
It's the models from those games. Yeah. But yeah, you go into this little like shitty punk club, and then Roxy is the gym leader, and she's playing with her band on stage, and you fight each of her band members. So she's got a drummer, a guitar player, and then she's the singer and the bass player. So what you do is they're playing the gym theme on instruments, like da 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 da, right? And what you do is you go in, you fight each band member, and they stop playing after you beat them. And so it cuts the drums and then the guitar, and then you finally fight Roxy, and it's just her singing Pokemon, Pokemon to the gym theme.
Oh my god.
And you play her, and then it stops. It's really, really cool, though. It's using that music kind of feature from those games in an interesting way, and integrating it with the personality of a gym leader. It's so cool. I wish they would do it again. It was very, very appreciated. Also, I think Roxy, the gym leader, has like a baller design. She's poison type, and she's just like a little punk girl with her bass guitar that looks like a venipede.
I'm listening to the theme now too, and that seems
how cool is that, eh?
Yeah, it doesn't have the dynamic one though.
No, it doesn't, eh? No, it's dynamic though when you play the game.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Her design is so fucking poggers. It's awesome. Just like she literally firstly looks like every trans girl I know in the metal scene, which is really funny. But also like the long sleeve like striped like Hot Topic shirt with the frayed skirt, and then just the tall boots and bare legs. Like that is those are some look goals.
That's a look.
Yeah, she's cool. Anyway, Pokemon is also very camp and very gay. And makes gay kids realize that they're gay when they see the attractive boys and gals in those games, and the attractive theys and thems, which there are many characters who you look at them and you're like, oh, gender.
Yeah. You know? I don't think it's not on purpose.
Oh no, it's definitely on purpose for sure. So I mean, I feel like it's in Japan, androgyny and like gender non-conforming fashion is a lot more popular. Mm-hmm. And so you get a lot of characters that are or professors, Pokemon professors now that are sexy.
Yeah.
Unlike when the first games we were playing where the professors are all kind of like
old
ass men, or like a dude who looks like your dad. And then you get to Pokemon Sun and Moon and Professor Kukui's got his fucking titties out. And I'm just like,
his titties way out, and he's like,
you are hot, man. And he is like literally a luchador wrestler, like he's a masked wrestler in like the Pokemon battle arena.
Yeah,
it's he is hot. Or like the guy in X and Y, the professor it's Professor Sycamore, who in my opinion looks like every abusive boyfriend that every gay person you know has had at one point. but that's what he looks like. Like kind of tall, skinny, longish hair, beard, French, like every problematic abusive ex your gay friends have had literally just looks like that. But look, the hot professors and stuff now too, or like the professor who's like the hot wife of Professor Kukui. Mm-hmm. His hot tanned wife, like it's so funny. Then meanwhile the professor in Sword and Shield's the old ass lady. she's like, she's fucking old. But then they have Leon in that game, who is just like, he's the champion character with like the hat. And then they also have Raihan, who's the dragon type gym leader, who it just has the fucking drippiest outfit. He's got like a sweater hoodie combo that looks like armor the way he wears it. And he has like his hair like up in locks. It looks so cool. He has a really cool kind of unique aesthetic as a gym leader, because he's a dragon type gym leader, but his Pokemon are not all dragon types, but they are all Pokemon that cause weather effects to the battle.
Yeah.
So he's more like a gym leader who specializes in Pokemon with weather effects. Here, look at Raihan. And he's like a fucking e-boy. He's like a fucking e-boy. I love him. Oh, he's constantly taking selfies and shit on his phone.
Oh god.
He's so cool. It's such a good like modern Pokemon character, like total e-boy, like kind of sports athlete type dude who's got like, no thoughts, head empty, but is sexy as fucking good at what he does.
Yeah.
It's a good aesthetic for that character. But it's pretty dope. Pokemon is really great, and I'm just happy that it's still around, Even there's a lot of things you can say about the series negative, which, we don't shy away from on the regular show. But right now I think it's all love,
Yeah.
It's all love. I have love for this series. I think its humble beginnings are really impressive, like how Satoshi Tajiri was just like, I really like catching bugs. As a kid, I just liked having bugs. And then I made it into a game, and it's like globally one of the most recognized multimedia
I made those
franchises of all
bugs
time.
fight each other on Spike TV.
That's literally what they do in Japan, though, eh? They
I know.
put
Yeah,
in JoJo Part 8, where they have the fight with the two beetles.
Yeah.
And they're using their stands to affect the fight. That shit's wild. But no, it's all love right now for me for Pokemon. I have nothing but love for it right now, and from the fucking mountain of plush Pokemon toys right next to me, I think I can pretty safely say that I don't think I'm gonna stop being a fan of it anytime soon. No matter how much I might not love some of the creative decisions they make moving forward or whatever, it's literally been so present throughout my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, 4 months of my life is the amount of time it didn't exist and wasn't present in my life.
I literally never knew a world without Pokemon.
Some of the first anime I ever watched, fucking Pokemon. Some of the first music I ever listened to, Pokemon remixes on YouTube.
Yeah.
Listening to the closing my Game Boy SP and plugging in my SP headphones just to listen to the music while the game was on sleep mode.
You know what would have made sense for the Post Malone thing?
What?
Wouldn't it have made sense for Post Malone to cover the original Johto
Pokemon theme?
Yeah. Wouldn't that have made sense?
What's the one where it's a rap? Is it the Johto theme where it's
Oh no, I think that's is it Johto?
One of them is a rap.
Yeah.
Could he have not just done one of the ones that's a rap?
Couldn't he have done the Poke Rap? Just all of it?
Couldn't he have also just done the fucking Poke Rap? That would have been awesome too. But it's cool. Pokemon's fun. Do you have any closing thoughts on Pokemon?
Good. Game Freak do good.
Game Freak
bring back the day and night cycle. You fucks.
Yeah, they got to do that. Next game better have a day. Well, there is a day and night cycle in
Alola.
In Alola. Yeah, and that was great.
Yeah. It's good.
That was really, really great.
Leave it in.
They had different music for the day and night too.
Yeah, leave it in. What are you
do that again.
doing?
Yeah, I'm wondering. I always wonder why they do that. It's kind of strange. Maybe for the Switch game, it was just they're taking their first baby steps onto that platform. So we'll see where it goes from there. I don't quite remember if the Crown Tundra / Isle of Armor Blad has day and night. I don't remember, but I guess I never really was paying attention. But yeah, I liked the day and night cycle a lot, especially in Alola, where it felt the game is called fucking Sun and Moon. You better have a day and night cycle.
And if you got Moon, then in the daytime it would be night, which I was happy for.
Yeah, that was really cool because I liked the nighttime.
Until my schedule got flipped around where I couldn't play during the day, and then at nighttime it would always be day, and I was like, fuck!
That was really cool.
I had to switch the clocks.
I want them to bring back... I know that they're probably not going to do this, at least for the Sinnoh remakes, but... I know it's regional too because in Unova it made sense. But in Unova they had the season cycle. That was cool. Cycling through 4 seasons. Not everywhere in the world has 4 distinct seasons to cycle through. It makes sense not to do it all the time. But if you're going to set it in a region that has 4 seasons, maybe, do that again because it was really cool.
Yeah.
And they're doing a lot of cool stuff now too with expanding on ideas about Pokemon where they're doing these regional forums and getting more into the world building by explaining how a Pokemon from one region becomes a different Pokemon in another region after a certain amount of time there, and how it develops its own region specific evolution. My favorite ass thing ever, Berserker, which is the Viking Meowth from Sword and Shield, literally Meowth but Viking.
Wait, hold on. I have to look this up because the beard.
Berserker, which is literally the regular Meowth has a little beard, which is cute as fuck. But then when it evolves, it doesn't evolve into Persian; it evolves into Berserker, which is literally Meowth with a fucking horned Viking helmet. Yeah. So cute. I literally have a plush of it that I'm looking at right now because I love it so much. I bought it the second I saw it. But I love that thing. So yeah, I think that the direction they're moving in is interesting, and while like they take stuff out, the stuff they add in is always cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so even when shit has to kind of go like the day and night cycle, it shouldn't have to, but it does for some reason. You know, they at least bring back in stuff that is cool and always keeps me coming back, no matter if I'm not impressed at first. You know, like we'll talk more about it next week, but that new game that they're making, the Pokemon Legends, I didn't expect that. I didn't see it coming. The one where it's like a 3D open world RPG.
Yeah, and you have a dodge roll, and it's going to be weird.
I'm very it's going to be super weird. I want to see how it plays, because it looks very different, you know? But, yeah, Pokemon, good. Pokemon makes me happy. I think you'd say the same thing.
Overall,
like
yeah.
Yeah, overall.
I'd say overall.
Good
Pokemon
memories,
causes
right?
me a lot of distress, too.
Well, I mean, that's how it is sometimes, right?
Yeah.
But it's also, I feel like it's important, too, for people our age at a certain point to realize, even though we have a lot of affection for it, we aren't the primary demographic anymore. Which is always, I think, something to take into... Whenever like, you're watching cartoons or you're getting into stuff that isn't explicitly for like young adults.
Yeah, you gotta kind of turn off the brain and be like, why is this puzzle so easy? It's for children, that's why.
It's literally for children. It's baby's first RPG, and if you want to play a more difficult game, play SMT. Like,
yeah.
If you want to play Pokemon but harder, play SMT Strange Journey. Or like any of the SMT games where you're capturing demons like that. But overall, Pokemon fun. Pokemon makes me smile still. And happy 25th anniversary. It's kind of fucking nuts that it's that old, honestly. Which means I'm getting old, and I don't want to think about that. Fuck getting old. Young forever, motherfucker. I don't care what my back tells me.
If ska still sounds good, it means I'm still young.
Exactly. I'm still eating pizza and still listening to ska. So.
Mozzarella sticks. Wahoo, weehoo.
Scotzarella sticks.
Yeah.
Scotzarella cheese on my skizza.
Oh no! Don't call it a skizza, Ryan. That's a different thing.
I'm gonna call it a skizza.
I don't think you can do it. I don't think you want to do that. You will order from the wrong pizza joint a skizza one day.
Skizza? Can I get the clam sauce on my skizza?
Oh.
I don't think so. I think we're at the end here. So I'm just gonna say thank you for listening. My name is Ryan. I am at Nouveau Art Punk on all social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. If you want to read my Letterboxd reviews, I am also on Letterboxd under the same name. Nouveau Art Punk, all one word. What about you, Ben? Where can people find you on the internets?
You can find me at Scratch Me Silly everywhere, probably now complaining about the fact that Ryan implanted whatever the fuck skizza is in my head.
You'll never look at pizza the same way again. It's kind of hard to ruin pizza, honestly.
I think you did it, though. I think you managed.
I don't know. Chicago somehow did it, and pizza's still alive. So, you know. I hope we don't have any Chicagoan listeners.
I hope we do, and I hope they're mad. You can add me on twitter.com at Scratch Me Silly if you're from Chicago and mad about how shitty your pizza is.
Deep dish pizza is poo-poo caca. It's
yeah,
not a pizza.
Get your soup out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
It's a fucking casserole.
Go back to wherever you came from, Chicago.
Go back to Lake...
Yeah.
Lake Erie?
Like Michigan?
I don't remember. No, that's
Is Chicago in Michigan?
Chicago
Detroit's,
is in Illinois.
Why is Lake Michigan in Detroit?
Because Detroit is in the state of Michigan. And Illinois is the state that...
geography, you got me again.
But yeah, find Ben at Scratch Me Silly on the whole internet everywhere.
Yeah, basically that entire conversation is whatever is happening.
Yeah,
on wherever
you do the streams on the streaming.
Yeah, I do the Twitch. It's also Scratch Me Silly, all one word. I also have a YouTube channel where videos are occasionally uploaded. Some of them are good, some of them, yeah. As my loving partner says, not so much.
Not so much.
And she would know because I make her watch them 5 times before I upload them. So take her word for it, not mine.
Strong words from the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed this nostalgic, goofy conversation about a 25-year-old game franchise. And I guess I hope it has 25 more years of putting out weird, cool shit for kids to enjoy.
I would give it at least 25 more years.
If once you last 25 years, I think you're pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Like the cultural zeitgeist is on your side.
Yeah.
It's not like, people, they just renewed The Simpsons for its 33rd and 34th seasons.
We'll talk about that next week.
Which we will, because that shit's on life support. But, Pokemon
Much like
at the,
me after
Pokemon
reading
at the
that
very
headline.
least is, it's 800 strong, and we're doing good for ourselves, I think. Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Have yourselves a great week, and we'll be back with a vanilla GamePunx real soon.
Yeah, put Dante in Smash.